Why, hello, everybody. Viewers and players alike. Hope you're all having a nice day so far. Panicked, couldn't remember what day it was. um, actually,
It's Tuesday.
yeah. Nice. Let me get that set. That's nice. So, I am setting up our. Gotta close that. Oof, it's so many real life administrative things to do. It was gross. I had to. I don't like doing that. Just working on our tweet. Oops, there's a poor typing hitting again. All right, I am very excited to play tonight. We have a lot of fun stuff here on the horizon. Sure, this will get a tweet. Good. Food. Okay. My sweet coffee. I'll get that in a minute. Because we need to get down to business. All right. Nice. Let's get down to business. That'll be my head. Okay. And that's okay. Yeah, thank you. All right. Oh, that's right. We have some other interesting things for tonight too. We've got a lot of different ways this can all go. This is exciting. Love D&D.
Always love that statement right before we go into a boss room.
I love D&D. All right, I'm so sorry for that wait there.
It works. Oh, excuse me, sorry.
All right, let me scroll on up in my notes here. Well, gosh, last week we ended up our heroes. That's catching me. Oh my gosh, why won't you? Oh, moment, please. My batteries are almost dead on my microphone.
Oh no.
That would suck. Fix that. I'm going to grab my drink because I forgot to get it before we
Oh,
started.
yeah. Take a minute, everyone. Take a minute, do all the things you need. I'm gonna.
Why are you being all crooked?
All right. This will go smoothly or not. I'm gonna go quiet for a minute here. Okay. Oh yeah, that's already looking better. But can you all hear me okay? Is that picking up all right?
Yeah, it's picking up great.
Awesome. All right, batteries you can wait a little later. Ooh. Okay, I'll give Tasha a minute here. I need to get some grease for this chair too, it sounds like. Yikes. Well, oh, hey, Touch back. Yay! So, last week was session 1. We had a fun session 0, and then session 1 was the first one streamed, which I think went pretty. I had a lot of fun, um, and it was it was pretty cool to see everyone get kind of hauled down to the station, and um, with the last being the last people seen with this Feywild ambassador before their death. Um, and then the story kind of evolving from there to meeting um, this water genasi, Aveline, wealthy recluse, asking everyone, well, for help with answers regarding Citrone and what Citrone was after, concerned about what hands it might be in and what it could potentially be. And also a sort of a larger scoping mission to understanding that the world's in a pretty delicate state currently, almost, well, 2 days away now from the 100th celebration and or remembrance of the Sundering, where all the primes were smushed into one, and then it was duplicated. Deities went to one, primordials went to the other. We're in the one with primordial. And that the world needs people and almost an organization. Wow, more dice. Okay. To help see that things like this don't get in the wrong hands. That the darkness that is out there doesn't get a foothold. And to that end, Aveline has asked for your assistance very generally, as she kind of puts together this sort of group, leading our friends to investigate the mine, which belonged to Citrone, likely the destination of whatever it was they were after. They encountered some giant subterranean lizards on the way down there. The long walk, many elevators, a lot of walking, a lot of red flags, literally that lined the way and showed them which path they needed to take. Overcame that without much of a problem, and found their way to a cave that opened up before them. I'm changing the description a little bit from last week, only because I've got a different setup that looks beautiful. And in fact, maybe I can put this up here for the viewers too. Let's see. However, for our players, I'm just going to go into Discord because it's right in there. The rather narrow 15-foot wide or so mining shaft opens up to a huge cavernous section. There's a lot of stalactites and stalagmites and other mineral deposits that have grown in here, twisting and contorting through the area. And towards the entire space is dimly lit with different luminescent crystals, with a concentration of them far across the way along the back wall to the left, surrounding a large cracked area of the wall in the back where water pours out and forms a bit of a waterfall, cooling up at its base and filling, for the most part, the majority of the center space of this cave. There's a lot of stone to get up to that, maybe another 80 feet of stone to walk across to approach the water's edge. Some vegetation down here, not too much. It's sort of concentrated by that waterfall in the back, but there are little growths here and there. But the most eye-drawing part of what's found here is a 35-foot tall or so crystal structure that's shaped almost like a humanoid heart. From its lower right-hand side, crystal has been mined away. possibly Citrone. This does look very much like the little tiny bit of crystal that that Feora acquired in session 0. So that'll bring us to current. I'll let you all have at this cave. You're at the very entrance, about 80 feet to get up to that water's edge, and then maybe another 80 to get out to the heart that's hovering. Maybe, I would say the bottom of the heart's about 15 feet off the water.
Okay. I think I would like to is the entrance that we came in the only entrance into this cavern, or are there like multiple, if this is a mine shaft, are there multiple minecart entrances into this area?
The only one that was marked on the map for your mine and what Aileen had sort of penciled in for you was this mine shaft, but there's several hundred feet worth of cavernous space here if you wanted to do some investigation. It looks like there is a stone perimeter that you could walk along, check the outer walls if you wished.
I'll take a look around. I'm very curious.
Okay. Okay, you begin. Do you want to start left or right in your circumference? Right. Okay. Nice. All right. So Dia begins walking around. Go ahead and make a preliminary investigation check, please, Dia.
Of course. Okay. Hold on. Do I have anything in investigation? Let's check.
Mm-hmm.
I do not. So that's just flat +1. So a dirty 20.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna sort of file that for now as you're walking along, and I'll kind of check and see, get everyone out doing what they're doing. Let's see. Where are we? Ladrin, what would you like to do as you enter here?
Debating whether she's gonna fly up there or not. Probably not. And is already prepared to be like, say, I'm not flying up there. And then just like staring.
Okay.
Almost the same vibe as like someone putting in their ear pods and just listening to music while everyone else figures it out.
Perfect. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Tuna, how about you?
I feel like I'm not really a details person, so I'm probably looking at the big picture around, just kind of see the general what are we looking at kind of thing, just kind of taking it all in.
Okay, nice. All right, and Feora, how about you?
You should probably start like cautiously stepping into the cave and just kind of looking all around, up, down, side to side, seeing if there's anything that really sticks out as an obvious danger.
Okay. So bizarre. There we go. Sorry. All right. Feora, anyone that's sort of so Tuna as well, and Feora, please roll an investigation check. Ladrin, you're pretty much kind of chilling. Like, like okay, this is a lot.
Checked out.
And okay, let's see, Feora, what did you get?
17.
Oh, nice. Okay. And Tuna?
I rolled a 17, so I got a 16.
Oh no!
I'm not very smart.
Oh, I love that. I love negative stats when they come in fun like that. Yeah. Okay, let's see. We'll start with Dia as you went first and you're navigating around the right-hand portion of the cave. It'll probably, I'll say it's a pretty large space, but some slick, the stones are a little bit slick here, a little bit of mossy growth here and there, but you're navigating it okay. It slows you down just a little bit to be careful in some spots, but after maybe 5 minutes of walking or so, you've reached the
Mm.
back right-hand portion of this. You've covered about a third of the perimeter. And back there, you see something rather interesting with that investigation check. Not only do you see a pretty apparent tunnel that has mining tracks and everything, but they're freshly and maybe only a year or two old versus ones you came down that have seen probably generations of people.
Mm-hmm.
Decades old, the other ones. With that investigation, with that knowledge, you imagine this could have been Citrone's operation back here. The other way around. Placing
Okay.
back like it took like a couple of days to get there, and then including cutting, going around a short run and cutting back into the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that location.
So, but our way was the faster way. This is a longer
Mm.
way, but it's possibly a hidden way as far as
Yeah, this
or
was
at
not
least
on
the
the
way
thing.
that Citrone could possibly. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm. So I'll call out to the others. Things work out for me. So if it costs, so I'll be like, I think I found the way Citrone and then came through. I don't know where it leads to.
You hear this sort of
This room is
echo over the
big.
water. I think I got Citrone. It fills his face. I'll quickly tackle what Feora and Tuna experience, and then I'll jump right into that. Let you all jump into that. Feora, let's see. You were as a seasoned adventurer in your own right. You're looking up as well as side to side down. You've probably been in a cave or two before. You know there's often unwanted surprises up in the ceiling. Thankfully, the coast seems clear. No surprise displays or beasts. Nothing hanging from the ceiling. As you look around, you sort of take in what you've already seen. It looks relatively undisturbed, but both you and Tuna can see that a small wooden post sticking up out of the water, maybe only 5 feet off the edge. This is like, at water's edge. You can see it from the distance, just like a 4-inch wide wooden post, partially protruding from the top of the wall. As you hear Dia, shout from the back right-hand portion of the cave. Awesome. Yeah, do either of you respond to the echoed shouts?
Can I have some clarification on the post? Where is this exactly? Or like, I guess in relation to the heart, where's the post?
So from where you entered the mine shaft, 80 feet forward or so is the water's edge, and it's almost directly in front of you. This little post, you can see it as the water laps across it. Maybe another 80 feet beyond I'm so sorry, beyond the post, is the heart hovering about 15 feet.
I don't really say anything in response to Dia's thing. I just kind of like nod my head. And I guess I want to check out the post. See what its purpose was, what it is.
You head over to the post. Tuna, how about you?
Sorry, my dog might be screaming in the background. I'll just say, yeah, we found a post. Back to Tia. I'll just yell that, and then I'll also go look at the post.
Awesome, you hear that back, Tia.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a signpost or something that was attached to it.
Oh dear God.
There may have been like a boat on it.
Ooh.
All right. Dee, would you like to continue your perimeter check or check anything further here?
I think Is the I don't know if I can see from here. Is the heart just suspended above the water, or is it attached to like the ceiling of this cave in any way?
You can't see it from here, but you would have noticed as you walked in, it was close enough to notice that it
Hmm.
seems to be free floating. The base, the very bottom of the heart, about 15 feet off the water, didn't seem to be attached to anything.
Okay. Well, I'll join the others. I want to try and find this boat.
Okay. All right, you kind of backtrack around as Fiora and Tuna take a walk forward, take a closer look at that post. As the two of you do, you spot that where? Oops, I've got it down here. um, yes. You look out and you actually see a couple of others just spotting the water out towards the crystalline part. Remnants of a small dock, likely, that led out to the floating crystal. Probably removed, so it wouldn't be simple for anyone to mine this if they stumbled across it somehow. Um, yeah, yep. There's no more wood panels. There's no boarding. It's just a few like the remnants of what was a dock at one point. Two of you are looking at as Dia returns and approaches, Ladrin humming a tune.
I'll say to Dia, okay, so maybe there's not actually a boat, but like there was a boat at one point.
There. Hmm. I mean, I would think that there's something they had to have mined it or collected it with plans of coming back. I don't think Citrone had intended to be murdered. Unless no, I'm reaching. But so we could check the cave that I had found before, or see if there's anything hidden somewhere to see if they mm,
I mean, it's probably if it's
possibly
hidden.
hid some supplies.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. If it's hidden, it's probably hidden in the cave, right? Like that would.
I would think keeping anything wooden near anything water would involve it rotting, but I don't know what this is exactly.
Or someone burned it. And then she goes back.
Are there
Yeah.
any evidence of burn marks on any of the?
Let's see. With your investigation check, um, you don't spot any scorch marks on the stone, but you do see some damage to those posts, like they pulled that up kind of rough and in a hurry. Um, can I have everyone make a perception check, please?
Mm. Aha!
I'll go around and ask each person just to help prevent over. My brain won't remember anybody's. Ladrin.
A 7.
Oh.
I did roll these ahead of time.
Oh. Dia.
8. That's I did roll an 8. I just don't know how to work my fingers sometimes.
Nice. No, that's fine. Tuna.
Dirty 20.
Oh, okay, nice. And Figora, that's awesome.
10.
Double
so
digits,
good, y'all.
double digits.
Yeah, so Tuna, as everyone's talking, you're looking around with these fresh thoughts, okay, are there scorch marks? What's happening? And you see there's sort of an alcove formation between a couple of different mineral deposits that have kind of grown to overlap each other with sort of a triangular space that opens up. And you're pretty sure that you see maybe like a structure in there, maybe 30 feet away or so.
I feel like I would kind of wander off at first, and then as I get close to it, I'll be like, "Is this anything?" As I'm like
Ooh,
poking my
thing.
head around.
Yeah, it's pretty dark inside. So you'd have, of course, dark vision. So yeah, as you take a look, you see within this small area, there is a small area rather within this alcove of stones that you think probably allowed for a workshop of sorts recently. There's while the tools and materials have been taken, there's a number of tables set up with that sort of shop workflow, as well as sorry, I should ask actually if you're heading inside. Looks like a little bucket as well.
But yeah, I would definitely head inside.
Okay, nice. The shop been cleaned up at one point. There's a little bit of dust and debris. Um, there's a small tin waste bucket, seemingly filled with ash. It's about halfway full of ash, like they burn stuff. Small little sort of bathroom garbage pail size. It looks like they probably built and dismantled anything they needed here, the dock included. Um, they might have done. There's some very small little bits of dust stuck between the crevices of the wood on a couple of the workshops that looked like dust from the crystals, maybe, where they were helping mill these or otherwise break them down into smaller, manageable sizes. Does anyone else go inside aside from Tuna?
I do.
Dia
Absolutely.
and Feora?
Yeah.
I'll go.
Okay. Ladra?
I imagine like, gosh, I wish phones were things. She would have, instead of a phone, would have busted out her Phoenix chess set, still on her broom, playing with Gregory with chess, and then like nudging the broom to like go towards the where everyone else is, like like peripheral, like not really looking where the broom is going, but it's heading there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It doesn't come back then.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly buzzing over. That's awesome.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So the rest of you have filed in. Ladrian kind of cruises in last. Have at it. Does anyone that can't see in the dark? Does anybody not have dark vision? Thea?
I'll summon a one dancing light.
Oh.
Because we were warned that these crystals might amplify magic, so
Mm.
I'll just use one for now.
Nice. Yeah, it
Thank
springs to
you.
life and does seem to have. It doesn't glow any brighter, but there's a shade of color that it usually operates with. And that's actually shifted down the spectrum by a whole color or two.
Okay.
Uh,
Interesting.
mhm. But again, there isn't too much in here like left behind aside from the tables and that wastebasket with the ashes in it.
Can I look through the trash?
I feel like Feyre has a thing with garbage at this point. Like, you didn't look through my trash, did you?
My little trash goblin.
You can talk a lot about a person by what's in their trash. I just want to say.
It's
He's
true.
mentioned the trash basket a lot. Maybe there's something in there.
Can I look at the ash basket while she's looking at the trash basket?
Nice. The two of you pick the pail up together. Uh,
Is that the same thing?
Same thing.
Oh, sorry.
It's a
I'm still gonna
trash.
come over and help you.
Yeah, perfect. So yeah, Ladrin's sort of like hanging onto it. You both have kind of an arm in there. And as you navigate it, you find that there are parchments that they were trying to burn in here. And there are some pieces of parchment that were so clumped together they didn't burn all the way through. There's little edges and pieces, nothing whole, but you've got some pieces of some sort of parchment here, some writing on it.
Can I attempt to reconstruct some of the pieces if like they go together?
Absolutely, absolutely. Go ahead and roll just a straight intelligence check, if you would. And DC's really low because you're just, I mean, you're putting pieces of paper together, but um, you would add, yeah, just whatever your intelligence modifier is to your D20 roll.
7?
Okay, that's enough. That's a really low DC. It's 5. Yeah, so, uh, well, you can't reconstruct anything in its entirety. You get 4 separate page edges sort of put together. It seems to be the bottom right edge of each of these 4 pages. They were all stacked together and a little too thick to burn. Um, it doesn't seem to hold catch much of the written text. You just see parts of words, but nothing that gives any real info. But the thing that catches your eye is it's almost like a watermark, very, very faint. A symbol for Elervir's masterworks, much like you found on that mud golem in session 0.
After putting it all together, I kind of call everyone over to look.
I don't know what we're looking at.
It's the same mark that was on that weird automaton thing that we fought when we were doing that favor for Citrone.
Hmm. Well, the golem also melted after we had damaged it enough.
Yeah,
Correct?
I think so. Yeah.
So, whoever, I don't know if it's Olivier themselves or someone working for them, this is showing multiple signs of they don't want to be known they're involved.
They get a little better at burning their documents then.
Fair, but their incompetence is our gain.
But if those constructs attacked us, they were obviously not working with Citrone, they were against them, right? So if we know Citrone was mining here, why are the marks here? Why is the workshop here?
Maybe it was Elivier's first discovery first, or whoever is using these Elivier, these masterwork supplies, and
Or
then Citrone
Citrone.
stumbled upon.
Citrone faked their death. Just saying. That's my
Seems
theory.
rather. That would be a most elaborate death, but
Was
I
there a
can't take it
body?
off the table.
Was there a body?
I didn't think to ask. Now that I'm remembering.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's all a cover up. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, until we find more evidence, anything's possible.
True.
So how are we gonna get to the heart itself? Should we just go in
Well-
the cave you found, probably?
Maybe. And if all else fails, we could swim.
Mm.
Fall up for someone throwing me into the air.
You can just ride on my broom, Feora.
You can fly. That's
I
right.
can show you the
You can just picture Ladrin like on the broom as everyone's
Oh.
discussing, like hovering, like
Mhm.
not saying a thing.
Not safe. Uh,
Mhm.
I would say let's check the cave, and then that way if we can see if we can all can fit, and then if not, we'll. How many people can fit on your broom, Ladrin?
Well, 2 altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So me and one
One
other.
of them. Mm-hmm.
I'll double check. I think it's just one.
Just one passenger. It slows the speed by half.
Yeah. Let's go check the cave for a boat.
Let's go check the cave. As
Okay.
I glide. It's just who she is.
Nice.
Not sorry.
Never have to apologize. But it's amazing.
All right. Are you buddying up with Feora then, and the two of you are floating out there, or are you going on your own, Adrian?
Is the cave across the water?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're checking the other mine shaft in the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the one that Dia found.
It's in the back right. So
Back right.
you can float over the water if you want, or you can go around the perimeter. Either way.
Feora, do you want to go float? Do you want to go over the water? Do you want to go see the world? Come on, a magic broom ride.
I don't want to be a bother, but that does sound fun.
Shut the fuck up and get on.
Feora kind of like bounces over and like very awkwardly tries to get onto the broom. Like obviously never have done this before.
It's a little uncomfortable until you find a way to sit that's gonna be comfy. It's a broom.
Yeah, and don't worry, it won't burn you. Like there's still those like blue, like flame type magical flames, but
Little
it's not gonna-
embers.
it's fine. Yeah, it's
Mm.
not gonna burn you. It's fine. Just hold on to something.
I kind of like an asking gesture, kind of like put my arms out like hug.
She hesitates. She's like, oh, fuck it. Just wraps your arms, and then magic carpet rides over across the water.
Okay. Nice.
love
So
this.
Tuna and Dia, are you hanging tight here? I'm so sorry I missed that. Are you hanging tight here? Or are you going around the perimeter to check out the mine shaft as well?
We are also going around, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ladrin and Feora, you make it there. Yeah, a minute or so ahead of Dia and Tuna. But you see, of course, what Dia saw, a mine shaft. The construction, the posts, the support beams, everything's new. Maybe within the past few years, and the rails as well. There are no carts down here at the bottom. However, the rail is laid up. It has a modest pitch, as though it goes pretty far distance-wise out versus something straight up. The others seem to have like elevator shaft, relatively flat pitch, mining rail, and then another elevator. This seems to be kind of a gentle slope, a greater distance as Dia and Tuna arrive.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I guess while we're waiting, but like I guess we're at the mouth of this opening. She'll produce flame to have a little light, in case the dancing light wasn't still up.
Yeah.
Just a shed light. It's not as much as a dancing light, but
While
10
we're
foot
waiting.
radius.
While we're waiting, I kind of just want to peek into the mine shaft, see if there's anything that I can see just from standing there.
Okay. Nothing that stands out of the ordinary. It seems to be that modest pitched mine shaft seems to go on for a while. You just kind of peer into it until it turns into darkness.
You want me to throw fire down there? Because I would be totally okay with doing that.
I don't mind waiting until everyone else is here.
Okay.
Yeah, Dia and Tuna have just arrived. as you hear Ladrin just throwing the idea out of throwing some flame around, you know.
Ooh, exciting.
Oh, yeah, just so we can see.
Oh, well, I
Just
can.
so we can see, right?
Yes.
Me,
Some
we
of us can't
probably-
see in the dark. Sorry, Tim.
Me,
I'm gonna
that's me.
I'm gonna pick up a pebble off the floor, cast light on it, and throw it down the mine shaft.
Nice.
Probably a little less destructive.
Oh, damn it.
You throw it up. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
It's just that's smart. Okay.
Wise, not smart.
Corrected by semantics, dear. Semantics. Ugh.
um. Lock up on me. So you cast light on the pebble and you throw it up the mine shaft, and it goes. You know what? Make an athletics check, Tuna. Let's see how far you can chuck this.
Great. I'm dex based.
That's right.
That is a 9.
Nice.
Okay. I mean, it's a pebble, right? You get it. Yeah, you get it pretty far. You get it up maybe like 40 feet or so up this mine shaft, and it ting lights. It does extend the light beyond. Again, it continues on until further up. Now it turns into darkness. It seems to be. It's probably a long mine shaft. You don't hear. Is it tink, and the pebble kind of rolls its way back down to you with the light cast on it. It doesn't seem to make any noise. It sounds like anything's bouncing back. It sounds like it probably goes on for a while.
Yeah, I don't really know what I was hoping to accomplish with that, but
Who knows? Maybe a boat would have jumped out. That would have made it a lot
Right.
easier.
Adrian, if you want to set it on fire, then I think it'll be fine.
Just enough to produce some light. It's I'm just trying to
Practical.
help.
What's the range on your whatever fire you want to cast?
Um what is my range? Let me see. I can hurl it 30 feet.
Oh, okay. All right. So
It's not far.
yeah, but
Or
it's
is it, or it's just light. It's just like a little flashlight that's only 10 feet ahead of you.
nice. Yeah, you whip out a flame with a flick of the wrist and fly it up there. It goes about 30 feet. Same thing. You're really getting the impression that all the more so that this might be Citrone's access. It's new. It probably goes a greater distance, far away from any of the approved mining areas. Off in the direction, if you were looking, at a map, towards that entrance where you went around and backtracked in session 0. You get the feeling it probably goes all the way out to where you were in session 0.
Well, with no boat, it seems like we're going to have to maybe investigate the heart.
Are you gonna touch it?
I would like to just see what happens.
As a quick reminder too, Aveline asked you to select a fist-sized chunk from the heart, from whatever this was. If you found the crystal that you supplied, get a size that big.
That's right. So we have to touch it.
Yeah.
Were there any pickaxes or anything left behind?
No.
You have daggers. You can just take one dagger and then flip the other dagger, and then the blunt end on this blunt end with the pointy end becomes a pickaxe, right? And then you just go to town, and then you have your chunk, and then we win, and then we get paid stuff.
Yeah, I guess I tried.
I have nothing that could help with that. Or do-
Weren't we given climbing gear for this or something?
You
No,
were
we-
offered it for purchase.
We
Mhm.
didn't buy
Mhm.
it because we were like, we don't need that. Okay, cool.
Bum, bum, bum. Hmm.
I mean, I can just shoot fire at it and then see if something melts off, but that's probably not what you want either.
I don't mind doing the dagger thing if Ladrin doesn't mind bringing me up to a spot where I can try and chip some off.
I could do that. Sure. Why the hell not? We'll just go low.
Okay. Right. The two of you heading up to the heart then?
Yeah, did. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And Dia and Tuna, are you two backtracking, or are you gonna continue with all your perimeter search for other entrances or exits? Or anything, other third thing?
I'll keep looking around the perimeter. I'm curious as to what's going on here.
Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'll instead of walking back on the right side like we came, I'll just circle
Okay.
the rest of the way if we can.
Nice. All right. Dia and Tuna, please make an investigation check if you would.
I'm so good at these.
And Feora and Ladron. Feora, can I just have you? I'm sorry, let me add that the water isn't super deep either in the center here. Maybe like 25, 30 feet. So not like, shallow into the pool, but also not ocean depths of water here.
Got it.
Very clear water. You can, actually, I guess it wouldn't be very clear. It has a lot of blues and greens to it from some of the vegetation here, but clean surface.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Not a fan of water. Cool.
Feora, may I please ask you to make a dexterity saving throw, just as you're, with advantage because Ladron's letting you hold on to her.
Like the bestie I am.
Mm. Yes, you get to roll the d20 2 times, and I would make sure you check your character sheet to see if you have proficiency. If that's one of your death saving throws, death saving throws. If that's one of your saving throws, that you
Don't tell
have
my friends.
proficiency in, then you get a higher bonus for it.
Can I add the dexterity modifier?
Right.
Okay, so dirty 20.
Oh, nice. Yeah, not a problem. You've already adapted to this broom ride. So the two of you are floating up. You got a close hold on Ladrin. It's again pretty toasty down here. Upwards of 70s, muggy because of the depth. But the two of you begin flying your ascent to the heart. Dia, what was your investigation check?
It is 18 total.
Oh, nice. And Tuna?
5.
Yeah. Everyone's getting there. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, there's just you found quickly, Tuna, that there were quite a few slippery spots along this back wall, and that sort of starts taking your attention, like not slipping and falling on the slickness of the stone. So I'm going to say that in the time it takes Ladrin and Feora to get to the heart, Dia and Tuna make it. You were at a third of the way around at that mine shaft. You're now halfway around. You're at the exact back near that waterfall. So Ladrin and Feora, talk to me. You pull up to the heart. What does that look like? What are you doing?
I'm just concentrating on flying. I'm not gonna go. Well, how far up should I go? I don't want to go too high. The water.
The bottom of the heart is about 15 feet off the water, and then the heart's 35 feet tall. It's in that bottom 5 to 8 feet or so where crystal's been mined off of it already.
Yeah, let's stick to the bottom. Yeah, bottom.
It'd probably be easier to mine where it's already kind of been damaged and mined at.
I mean, I never mined before, but this sounds like you're right. So, have fun.
I've only got a base level of knowledge from a previous endeavor.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Anyways.
Did you switch subjects way too fast? Okay.
He starts like fumbling around for daggers.
All right, so Fedora, you have a bit of an interesting choice here. There are two different skills you can use for this. There's nature and survival. Nature is sort of like book smarts on on nature. You've read it in a book, so you understand it, versus survival, where you can live off the land, and you've like harvested organs and things before. So there's a different DC based on which one you use. Just so you know, but go ahead and choose whichever one you feel fits best for Feora.
Can I help at all with that?
I guess probably survival. If it's, I think that would fit more for.
Okay. Before you roll, Ladrin, what would you like to do to help?
I am very wise when it comes to survival, so I can just guide and be like, no, what are you doing? It's that. Yes, okay.
So I'll say that, Ladrin, you would know that while this particular material is pretty foreign to you, you in your past 5 years here have had a decent bit of exposure to Arkstone, which is this is more powerful than Arkstone, which is the big to do about it. But you do know that Arkstone is effectively a similar thing, just not as powerful. Arkstone does well with heat if you're trying to remove pieces, or something binds up and you need to break down Arkstone. Heating it first can greatly assist in that. So I'll give you that in case you want to do anything with that before I have her roll. You see Ladrin like
She just rolls up her little sleeves. And then she'll do, she's not gonna hurl the produce flame, but I guess just like, yeah, like hold on to like the top part of where she's gonna try to chisel down and see if she can't heat it up that way.
Hey.
And if that doesn't work, then I'll use a spell slot.
Nice. Make a quick Arcana check if you would. I just want to see the potency of this particular produce flame.
Arcana? Good. Oh, you know what? Beautiful, you beautiful dice. 19.
Okay. Figure you've got your daggers out, Ladrin. Wait, let me heat this up. I know this. And you see Ladrin put her two hands on the crystalline heart and cast that same spell that she had a moment ago. As the magic leaves your hand, you get a tingling, quick numbing sensation in your hands, Ladrin, which is unusual for the spell. As the spell's energy is absolutely exploding as it enters this heart. Not boom explosion, but just the potency courses through it, almost like a quick beating of a heart. Flame and red energy fill the whole crystalline structure for about 2 seconds. You could swear almost there's like a contraction of this crystal, and then it fades back out. But the crystal area down bottom is not to the touch now. much more than a cantrip would typically do.
Oh fuck.
Does it not usually do that?
No.
Oh.
I mean, it's a no.
Dia and Tuna from the back, you see and hear that, you know a thumping heart sound. It sounds like a boom as you see this thing just load up with, it turns red with flame energy and tracks once, and then the energy slowly dissipates back out of drains, it turns back to this blue and purple pale.
Is that one of you?
I just point at Ladrin.
Okay.
I don't know what I did.
Well, as long as it didn't do it on its own, then it's fine.
Oh, I think I caused it. I don't know. I just touched it with fire.
Should I roll now to try and?
Go for it. With advantage.
Okay.
Thanks to Ladrin's help. The heated crystal also lowers the DC.
Ah.
Dirty 20
Yeah.
again.
Yes, girl.
Yeah, you whatever this untold previous experience was, has clearly paid off. as you take the dagger and you almost use them like chisels, and you get a fist size, fits in your fist nicely, little bit larger than the palm of your hand. Size a chunk of whatever this crystalline structure.
Can I grab more than one?
That's.
chunk?
I was gonna tell you to do the same thing.
If you'd like to, absolutely. It took probably like 4 or 5 minutes to carve that section out. So I'll let you and Ladrin think for a minute on like if you want to go. The crystal's cooled again. Let me know what you. I mean, not yet. Think about what you want to do because it's been 4 or 5 minutes. I'm going to jump over to Dia and Tuna while the two are thinking. Okay, Dia and Tuna, you've got a little bit of a natural hurdle here. There is stone that walks through this area, but where this waterfall lands, hey, Nim, I tried to give a rough update of what's been done so far. Oh, I'm sorry. You might need a minute for audio and stuff. But if you can.
Oh yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. Hi.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I've been like lurking while like getting my
Oh,
my
good.
ish together.
Oh,
So,
good.
yeah.
I didn't get that
Oh, yeah.
last piece written out, but the rest is in Discord in case you need
Okay.
any other listening part.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry, lab was stinky.
you were fine.
Um,
Nice.
This is
mm.
working. Okay.
Yay! Hi.
Yeah. Room is messy.
Awesome. Well, let me ask then, Nehru, just to put you into this scene, we have Ladrin driving the flying broom with Feyora on the back. Feyora just took off that chunk of crystal up in the heart. Dia and Tuna have continued walking the perimeter. They're in the back half now, back by that waterfall. They have to cross, the water where the waterfall pours out. So there's a little bit of a natural obstacle. Where would you like to be in the scene, Nehru? With either of those groups or on your own elsewhere in the cave?
I think I'd probably be closest to Tuna.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so the three of you then approach this waterfall section. Now there's a lot of it's actually pretty interesting vegetation here. There's a lot of those luminescent crystals from the walls, and the plant growth covers the banks of this little mini river here, on either side, and throughout the water. Not quite marshy, but it's a lot of green, as if clovers could grow like ferns. Just petals of clover-like plant life. you just want to try and wade across, or how would you all like this? Maybe 25 feet across. It's nothing major. Maybe 10 feet deep.
I'm going in this waterfall.
Yeah, same. I was gonna say, I'm absolutely looking to see what's behind this waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, and Nehru?
I'm definitely following behind. Can I roll a perception check to see if I thing before we
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you want to assess? Go for it.
just
No, that's good because I'll purposely not ask. Just,
Yeah.
I let everyone.
I will never offer, probably.
That's
I've
awesome.
been a dungeon master before, so
That's awesome.
I'm simply a gremlin. So
The idea of stuff.
I got
Nice.
an 8.
An 8. Okay. I mean, outside of being a very aesthetically pleasing little, almost like a grotto with this waterfall and all the vines and plant life down the walls and floating on top of the water here in the banks. You don't spot any critters, anything moving, nothing that would probably give you any alarm.
The coast is clear.
Nice.
you're already like
Right.
halfway
Yeah.
through the waterfall.
Huh?
Wading
Yeah.
through.
That's amazing. Okay. I'm just gonna do a quick roll here. Oh. As the three of you wade through the water, it's warm, not quite like hot springs warm, but it's not that cold, frigid water. It carries with it a beautiful warmth, very refreshing for this kind of muggy, hot space down here. You each heal for 8 points healing. Something's different about
Whoa.
this water. It seems to have healing properties.
Let's bottle that up.
Mm.
Do you feel a lot better after that?
Feel amazing.
It's weird, right?
That is super weird. I'm gonna take some.
Nice.
I think I'll fill up. This is probably super reckless, but I have a negative wisdom. I'm gonna dump out my water skin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna fill it up with this strange water.
Okay. Go for it. Yep. You do. Pour that out. And little air bubbles come out, and you got it capped off. Oh, be sure because there was battle. If you make sure you enter that healing into your character sheet too.
Yes, it brings you back up to full.
Okay. Tuna, anything for you as you pass through, or just enjoying the rejuvenation?
I mean, what is? No, I'll just enjoy it.
Okay. Nice.
I'm sorry. I'm getting used to playing low intelligence because I normally play.
Right?
It's like,
Let's
no,
evaluate.
Have to
do
fight
things.
your instincts.
Tuna, yeah, you're passing through. You take that minute, right? Okay, if we have to pass through, this is nice. You even have the slightest tingling in your broken horn.
Oh.
Tingle. And Nehru, how about you? Anything for you as you pass through?
I'm just gonna observe. Want to see what happens.
Okay. Oh, and so Nehru, it sounds like you probably caught it, but there was that whole thumping heart scene. If you didn't catch that, let me know and I'll update you.
In the message that you sent?
That one I didn't get that's the last part I didn't get to write
sorry,
up.
that was a part. Just yeah.
Yeah, Feyre was gonna chisel out that size piece, and Ladrin knew that heating this crystal up, if it's anything like Arcstone, heating it up will help. So she cast a fire spell on the surface, but it took that cantrip and empowered it as it coursed through the heart, filling this kind of like palish blue and purples with the red flame energy, and everyone even heard a thump, thump, one beat of a heart before the fire energy drained out and Feyre went to work. That was you know around the time you're getting to the river. Okay, I'll bring this back over then to Ladrin and Fayora for round 2. What do you two want to do? Having success on your first attempt.
I think we want to continue kind of our, fire and then chip away process.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna
Mm.
try this. Try this again.
Maybe
And
the
she'll-
heart will explode.
No. Why now you just spoke that into existence.
Manifestation.
What do you about this, man?
Fayora, are you using the same spell or a different spell?
Oh, me?
Ladrin, sorry.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I'll do, because it's a cantrip, produce
Okay.
flame again.
Nice. We'll use that last Arcana roll here. 19, I think it was. So you put your hands on that surface again and release that flame energy. And this time a little faster than before. I mean, you feel again almost the entire depths of your fingers and palm of your hand get that quick numbness, like that little shock of electricity. It doesn't hurt. It feels good. It really just, that much magical energy at your fingertips is something you haven't experienced maybe just a time or two as you release. And once again, the whole heart ignites with flame inside. It turns from the dead blues and purples into the vibrant yellow, orange, and red, and fades. You're like 3 thumps as it fades. Crystal's heated though. You have advantage again, favorite.
Can we jumpstart this thing?
Okay, so
Okay.
my first roll was bad, but my second one was a natural 20.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, well, what if you add your modifiers, what does that get on top of the 20? It
That
might
was the
make a difference.
survival one?
If you're going survival.
Yes.
It makes it a 21.
Okay. How you can get up to another fist-sized chunk if you want. Unless there's something different you want to try here, and let me know. We'll use that roll and apply it to the DC of what you're looking to do.
I mean,
Don't fix
don't
it.
fix it if it
It broke.
ain't
Right,
broke,
I'll
right?
just
I'll just
do the same
do
thing, get
same
another-
get another fist-sized chunk.
Okay, that's very successful. You begin as Farah begins kind of carefully chipping away. Nehru, Tuna, and Dia, you've made it across that river when you hear the 3 beats of this heart, that vibrant life energy in it, where it fades once again.
I couldn't help but wonder. You think someone made this, or it was just here?
Maybe we can save those speculations until I'm done chipping
All
away
right.
numerous pieces.
You
I
feel
don't need to
worse.
feel worse about this than I already do. The whole heart-shaped thing is already kind of throwing me off.
If it was connected to anything, I would say something ridiculous like the whole entire mountain was alive. Could you imagine? Oh, anyway, this waterfall.
No, now I want to jumpstart it.
Wait.
Mm.
Would this be blood? The water. Is
Oh my god!
Fayora is just like looking at everyone with like
Horrified
a horrified
expression?
expression.
Maybe we should just keep doing what we're doing and then move on and think about this later.
Might put this back.
Ew.
Farah goes about work, getting the other fist-sized chunk of heart, and I'm just kidding, of the crystal. Yeah, Ladrin, I don't, whether serious or not, you turn to Feyre like, I want to jumpstart this thing.
I kind of. Oh God, I kind of do.
Look, if we're gonna jumpstart it, it needs to wait until I'm done.
You've just
Like
finished.
it.
You've just finished.
Who says I'm finished? Maybe I want more.
I mean, I.
Little souvenirs for everyone.
It would be nice. I mean, like, I don't need it really, but maybe we. I don't know. Money
I mean,
for
who knows
shit.
what this might be used for later.
Sell it on the black market. I don't know. I kind of want to. What if Dia said it could, like, what if the mountain was alive? Nature, listen, nature is all around us and it really is alive, but like, what if this is like really, really alive?
Well,
if the
then we're
mountain-
taking chunks of its heart away. So there's that.
I also want to say, Citrone walked away with wagons and wagons full of this.
This is true. And we wouldn't have known if we weren't chipping away. Like, so it's not really our fault.
I don't really know if I feel comfortable harvesting vital organs. I thought we were in the crystal feeling.
Let's stop thinking about it as vital organs. We haven't seen that much evidence.
I've been on a broom this entire time, so I'm good. But what if we don't chip it away and, like, I'll just go to town heating up this heart a couple more times? Oh my God. And then, like, it would be so grateful. Right? I don't know. Oh, I really want to. Should I jumpstart to see, or do we let things lie and be sad?
I mean, I personally kind of want to get a little more out of it before we go possibly awakening forces that we can't compete against.
Let me see what's behind this waterfall and then bring it to lie.
Greedy, and Tuna has a good point. So I'll pat the heart. There. And
amazing.
I will lower us to meet up with Tuna no, I'm just gonna do it like without even saying anything. Like this is what we're doing. Hold on.
Nice. All right, so Tuna's taking a look sort of behind the waterfall here. All right. I won't make you do it.
Pirates would hide treasure. Like,
oh, that's amazing. Love that. Make an investigation check, Tuna, if you would.
oh no.
May I help?
Let me see. So, Dio, you're there. The crack that's releasing the waterfall is probably about 55 feet up or so. But if you're just looking behind the waterfall, like where you can reach, you can absolutely help.
Okay.
If it's up higher, let me know how you want to. I don't know if you're both climbing or what you'd like to do to look anywhere else.
We can look directly behind it, and then if we want to look up, like we could try it. We have someone who can fly. We don't need to climb.
Nice. Yeah, please roll with advantage, then, Tuna.
Okay, thank God. That's an 11.
Oh, okay. It's very wet behind the waterfall. It's down here as you kind of try and look behind. It is running down the wall and splashing out in front of about 5 feet of depth in the waterfall. But you got to get under it. So it's very comfortable water, very refreshing. You press your hands along the wall. It feels like it's just wall.
I am sorely disappointed with the outcome of this.
Waste of a waterfall, really.
Right. What is the point of there being a waterfall in a spooky cavern?
If not to hide something else.
Something behind it. I'll
Awesome.
pout and just start heading back.
Excellent.
Is Feora able to hear them?
Everything echoes in here pretty well. Yeah, unless they're being quiet, you'll catch the echoes.
Okay. I don't have anything to add to that. I was just curious.
Making sure I can. Nice.
So we. Oh yes, go ahead.
Please.
Oh, I was just going to say, since we have what we came for, and the questions on if this is a moral issue or just a stunning piece of architecture, what do we want to do now?
I want to touch the heart again. Personally, wait, who are you talking to? Are we all together?
Everyone.
You're shouting across the lake, but you can hear each other
Yeah.
pretty well.
Yeah. I like that feeling. It was really tingly.
Moral gray issues aside, I'd love to harvest for this crystal, but if you guys are not okay with that, not okay wasting more time with it, not okay chipping away at a possible living vital organ, then I'm okay to move on or follow whatever course of action you all want to go with.
May I ask Nehru to make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Saving throw.
Yeah.
Why?
It's better than the threat of death saving.
That slipped.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
so
terrible.
sorry.
Just want it to be known I did not touch this and I have to make the saving throw. So I got a 7.
Okay. As you're here on the other side of this little river by the waterfall and sort of surveying the space, looking out over that heart with that most recent magical energy coursing through it, settling, you feel almost compelled to look at your book, to take your book off your hip and open it up. Probably there's this large clump of missing pages in a number of spots, which you're familiar with, but you feel almost compelled to open it up to a very particular set of missing pages.
Oh.
But it's up to you if you wish to do that or not. Your feeling.
Yeah, I think she would do that, just given like she's not interacting with much else, and yeah, she feels the call of the pages.
Perfect. Yeah, you got Dia and Tuna are like checking the wall behind the waterfall currently. And, yeah, you feel a little compelled to kind of walk over towards the water's edge, near the mouth of this little waterfall river, and you take out the book and you open it up to those pages. And as you open it up, you're looking out over the cave in the heart, hearing the dripping sounds of the underwater and underground cavern. There's sort of a serenity that falls over you for a moment, and something in the water, just in the water, but out, catches your eye. Form something loose, cloth maybe. It's tough to
Is
tell.
it a cloth?
It sort of looks like that's distorted through the water's surface.
This may be slightly out of character for someone with high wisdom, but she just instinctively reaches in to grab it.
Okay.
She's so excited.
You reach in and you grab what almost feels like cloth too. As you pull it out of the water, and it breaks the surface. 4 pages of parchment go from wet to dry. And these, you just know it in your heart. These are somehow missing pages of this book, yearning to be reconnected.
I think she'll take the pages and kind of slide them into the torn areas of the book. Does anything happen?
They mend and reattach. And the pages seem blank, but perhaps it's smudging, or perhaps something is coming into being on these pages ever so slowly. Currently, just kind of looks like, instead of completely blank parchment, like maybe there's a smudge here and there. But again, you kind of sense like maybe there's a story here.
Am I
Looking
able
to
to make out any of the words?
nothing currently.
Nothing. It's kind of okay.
It's all super faded. Just kind of looks like maybe they came smudged. You're not even quite sure, but it feels like something's coming into being on these pages. However long that might take will have to be seen.
Well, she carefully closes the book and tucks it back away and just tries to catch up with everyone else. She's like a little frazzled, but not
nice.
quite ready to share that. Hopefully, no one's up.
I feel like everyone's pretty busy, so
Yeah.
if no one's like, I'm watching, yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And where is there anything else that's distinguishable in this area? We just know that it's a cavern that has this resource and
Cavern with this resource. The second exit, which is likely Citrone's. There was a small alcove between some stone formations that had the wooden tables, like it was being used as a shop at some point. The tin can full of ash that had little papers in it that weren't all the way burned. Fiora found a little watermark for Ellerbeer's masterworks on those corners of paper that didn't burn all the way through. Aside from the vegetation, very heavy here by the waterfall, but also spotted throughout the cavern, there's a dock, some posts where a dock used to be, likely how they got out in Minus when Citrone was here.
oh.
Probably pulled up to not make things easy if someone happened to cross this. I think that's everything.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry for that quick info dump. I know that was a lot.
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
All right. I will zip us back over. I think we were at Feora, trying to sell the idea of getting a few more of these nodes of crystal, and Ladrin getting pretty excited about trying to jumpstart whatever it is.
Or at least try to. Could do you want me to jumpstart it one more time? Just one? 2 more times? 1 time? I feel like I need to. I feel like I need to. I'm assuming Fayar, you're still on the broom, right? You didn't fall off. Okay. I'm gonna. We were heading towards the waterfall, and then I saw them come out. I was like, oh fuck! And then I'm gonna like go back, and then like raise us back to that same area we were in, and then is there? Could I do like a nature check or something to see if it's
would you like
No.
to assess? And maybe there's a check for it.
Is it alive? It has. There's
Hmm.
something alive.
You do a medicine check, but I can
Medicine.
tell you already it's crystal, and you'll be, you'll be like, no, that's not alive. Yeah.
That's not alive.
I won't put you through a check on it.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean,
Okay.
it entails magic. If you wanted to try an Arcana check to try and figure out something about what might be going on, you're welcome to.
I mean, I'm not the most intelligent. I could try. I'll try.
While you're checking, while you're trying that, Dia and Tuna, were you gonna investigate any other places? Are you gonna try and climb? There's little slippery handholds if you want to try and climb up, or would you like to continue on your perimeter search?
I think Tuna's probably just kind of scooting around. They're not brave enough to be climbing this right now.
I'll
Okay.
try it.
Ooh. Okay. You want to try and climb, Dia?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Go ahead and make. Sorry. Do you have a climbing speed? Like a specific, like anything give you a climbing speed? Oh no, it might have frozen up. I was like, oh, she's really thinking about it, but I think she's.
Am
Oh,
I back?
yeah, you're back. Yay!
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I
but-
didn't know if you had a climbing
To answer
speed.
the question, no, I do not have a climbing
Okay.
speed.
Can you make an athletics check at disadvantage, unfortunately, because
Okay.
it's a little slippery here.
We're here to make choices.
Tuna just kind of, the boost thing where you like link your hands together and like
Yeah.
boost the foot up. Can I kind of do that a little bit?
You can do
Just to
that.
kind of, I don't know if that would help a lot. And I'll also just be there, kind of like underneath, just in case.
Okay.
It
It won't it won't even out the disadvantage, but I'll
Okay.
factor it into what happens as a safety.
Understood. Okay, here we go. Disadvantage.
catch.
Okay. Ooh, 10.
Okay. With a 10, you get a good boost, of course, from Tuna. You already have, the 6, maybe 8 feet if Tuna's, supporting you up that high.
Excellent, excellent.
And then with a 10, you can probably get about halfway up
Okay.
towards the mouth of this little hole. If you wanted to, I mean, you know here that you would probably pause and have to consider if you wanted to push on with another check, or if you want to sort of, take a look around here, see if anything's.
Listen, no, we're never second guess yourself. So continue climbing upwards.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a fresh athletics check with disadvantage, if you would, for the
Okay.
last hall here, up to about
Okay.
55 feet up to the.
Okay. 10 again.
Okay, so 10 is going to do two things. The first of which is get you to the mouth of the
Yes.
thing. So while here, before the second thing comes into
Mhm.
effect, please go ahead and make a quick investigation check. There's a lot of course, frothy water firing out of this mostly vertical little crevice here in the wall.
All right. Any disadvantage at all for any reason? Or
No.
flat roll?
No, flat roll.
Alright.
Mhm.
Come on. Ah, gotta roll that again. Sorry.
Mm.
I helped out the box. Okay, so it's 9.
You're not sure what it is, but something seems to be glinting behind
Ooh.
the waterfall. The stone itself
Okay.
seems to be glinting.
Okay.
Listen, here's what we'll do. The second thing takes effect now, which is a dexterity saving throw to stay hanging on to this with
Okay.
the second 10. If you hang on, you're welcome to take try and
Mhm.
take a closer look or climb down.
Okay.
We
All
still
right.
have healing word.
Nice. Roll her body into the
Okay.
water. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so Dex is a 12.
Okay. Okay, that beats the DC. The DC would be a 10, given
Yes!
your rolls. So you start to slip and you like get a death grip. So like no, water's, splashing considerably. I'll give you one more shot at an investigation
Okay.
check. Mhm.
I feel like I need to change dice because this one's been not my friend. Okay. Investigation +1. Come on. And 17.
Okay. You get a better grip. You have to like climb partially into the side of the waterfall, splashing over you. You get kind of use an arm and try and make the water pass by a certain spot and see that there is a very small little ore of platinum in the stone here, which could be turned into like proper platinum pieces. Probably about I'm gonna say 20 platinum.
Holy
If you were
crap.
able to, I mean, it's here, so you've got the knowledge. It'd be a little tricky. You'd probably need a tool or two to properly get this out.
Uh-huh.
But its existence is here. 20 platinums,
Okay.
200 gold pieces.
So I think I'll call out to everyone just as water's coming down. I found a platinum bar. It is worth a lot of money. I don't think I can hold on anymore.
As soon as she says that, Tuna's like, "Oh shit!" Just like holding, or like Rouge ready just in case.
Yeah.
Nice.
Full trust fall. I'll let go.
Are you genuinely letting
Wait,
go?
really?
It's pretty high. It's like
Oh, how
55.
high is it?
It's
Wait.
like 55 feet
Oh,
up.
never
Yeah.
mind. Okay.
I think you can. I won't stop you.
Is about to make a bold choice.
Catch
by
me,
myself.
Tuna.
You should not trust Tuna that much.
Then if that's the case, can I make an attempt to like climb up into safety? As opposed to like hang him, or am I still hanging on the ledge?
You're still like on the wall, like 55 feet up, sort of on his water. You can climb down. It won't make you do like another
okay.
check. If you climb down, you can, with your rolls so far, you make it safely down. You're welcome to jump down to Tuna in the lower feet if you want, but you can make it down safely on your own accord.
I won't do that to
Tuna.
Thank you.
All right.
Again, dex based.
Nice. This is about the time that Nehru, Nehru seems to be in the same spot that she was in before to Tuna and Dia, not noticing that she had stepped away and water's edge and now returned. Would you, the three of you in the back there, like to continue walking the perimeter, or do you have anything else that you'd like to do back here?
I feel like that's enough gremlin antics for Tuna for today.
Yeah, I think that. Excuse me. That is it for me as well. Sorry.
Okay. Do you wish to continue the perimeter as well, Nehru?
She just keeps close behind. She really wants to see if the pages have like mended and if there's any wording. So maybe like perhaps before she rejoins them, she just pulls her book out and checks.
Okay, yeah, you take a fresh look. Open those pages, do the little check around. The smudges have darkened slightly, and the smudges seem to be fairly horizontally linear, the way that writing typically is. Out of the 4 pages, the second page seems to have some sort of image maybe forming, but it's tough to tell what that might be, what that might become.
Okay, so it seems like it's mending itself pretty quickly. So, okay, she just like tucks it back away.
Okay.
Just like hastily catches up with everyone.
All right. So the 3 of you are able to continue around the last half back to where you started. There are no other entrances or exits in the wall, based on your checks before, which were good. And so around by the time you kind of circle back and see there's nothing else, so you can find your way up to that dock area, what used to be a dock, and you hear Feora and Ladrin still kind of going back and forth, like, let me jumpstart this. And it's like, I really want to get, sorting out the last of their stuff as you approach. You're only 80 feet away from them now on the
Oh,
water's edge.
wonderful. Oh, Ladrin, there's a platinum bar in the waterfall in that higher level. I can't get it. Do you think you could?
But heart.
Hmm. My only argument is that's money and this is a heart. So it's up to you. I cannot get it, so I'm asking you for for assistance. So
Darling, money isn't everything.
it's a lot of
But-
things though.
How much money?
Well, it's 20 platinum pieces is 200 gold pieces on market.
She starts heading to the waterfall.
Feora.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
What
Feora,
can you
you're
do?
going with-
Yeah. You're like, no.
Bye. Yeah, you can I'll let you get into where you need to, and I'll just be your broom ride.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Then can I jumpstart my heart?
I do not have any particular feelings either way about it. We have what we're here to be paid for. So that is more pressing to me. If you wish to jumpstart the heart, more than welcome to.
Money first.
Okay. You kind of coordinate the location. Legion and Feora arrive.
Sorry, I was just
it?
reacting to the cauldron.
Oh, okay, nice. it's adorable. Assessing it, Ladrin or Feora, I guess since Feora has that mysterious previous experience, you can see it pretty clearly if you manage to get some of the water off of it, but unfortunately, you're probably going to need like actual tools. You'll probably need a pickaxe. You'll probably need some of the chisel pieces that break that out or something, or because it's sort of a strip of ore in the stone, not sort of on the surface.
Aveline didn't give us anything to mine with.
She gave you
We
some
didn't buy
money and said, "Go ahead and
Oh.
buy some mining stuff if you want."
Well, shoot.
Yeah.
We saved instead because we are idiots.
No, no.
Yeah, that wasn't our best move, I don't think.
Listen, none of us are miners, so how can we have known?
What are you talking about?
Nice. I will say, oh, I'm so sorry.
It was a bad joke.
Oh no, I'm sure it was great. Ladrin, as you're here on the broom, examine if they were kind of in the edge of the water, examining this rushing waterfall pouring down into the water below. All you can think about is how badly you have to pee.
Shit, I knew that was coming.
And with that, we'll take our bio break. Yeah, I'm terrible. I love making silly segues into
I'm like,
our bio break.
Yes, I'm excited. And then, it's a fucking bathroom break.
Yeah. So for anyone that's new, we take about a 10-minute bio break. We'll have a be right back screen up. However, our audio will be live, so feel free to chat with us and such. And for players, if you don't want your audio pick, you feel free to mute. Like it does stay live. Okay. Oops, I should fix that. And anyway, we'll catch you all in about 5 minutes. Oh. All right. Wonderful faces are back up.
Okay.
And we will. Yes, we'll get. Cowboys Paradise. Anyway, I'll get back to my notes and and we'll get back to things. Here we are Yep, you discovered you definitely need tools to extract that platinum, but probably worth it. And Ladrin wishes to got Dia's relative, okay, on attempting to do whatever was happening there with this large heart-shaped crystal. Is anyone else? So you're all sort of close enough, right? Ladrin and Figura will probably make their way back to the heart. Tuna, Nehru, and Dia are near, at the water's edge, only 80 feet away from that mine shaft from which you entered. So you can kind of just shout over the water here if you wish. Does anyone have anything against Ladrin as doing this as she talks about it?
I vote yes.
I also vote yes to see what happens.
Do it.
Tuna, how about you? Any input, or is Tuna just letting everyone figure it out?
Tuna's just going, do it.
Okay. Nehru, how about Nehru?
Nehru understands that Ladrin is going to do what Ladrin's going to do, so just
Nice.
go
This
for it.
instance.
And
a good
Faete?
assumption.
Faete is mourning the possible loss of being able to mine more, but also doesn't want to keep Ladrin from pursuing this. She clearly seems like so excited about it.
There's a pool, man.
The fire beckons.
It's like, yes, and the crystal, like it called like crystals, man, crystals, like crystals. Yeah.
Okay. Which spell would you like to use? The one you've been using, or anything different?
Yeah, I only have one spell slot left, so I'll save that. So I'll just keep doing the same cantrip.
Okay.
But I'm gonna just like take my time and like feel around until like I feel like I'm in the right spot. And then slowly produce flame.
You can pump out this cantrip once every 6 seconds. Are you doing, just to understand like your process, are you pumping one in, or are you like every 6 seconds you're just going to keep dumping more of these cantrips in?
Oh no. Y'all. Should I just do it one more time or just like keep going? Because it can go on forever.
Should keep going.
I guess just go for
Hey, you
it.
gotta see results.
So happy. I was like playing it safe and doing the one, but let's fucking go for it. Okay, yeah, she'll start with one and then pause and then go
Okay.
continuously.
Well, yeah, you start with the first one, releasing that same energy with that big Arcana roll, and again you get 2 heartbeats as it fills up and springs to vitality. Starts to slow down after that first one. Is that when you kick in and just start dumping them in, or do you want to wait a little bit?
She'll roll up her sleeves just a little bit and then just throw everything that she has into this
Dang,
through
nice.
this cantrip into this crystal.
Awesome. Yeah, like cantrips of course don't use a spell slot, but there's still a lot of energy, magical energy, that you're channeling when you cast these. And so that first one starts, you watch the red energy start fade back out, leaving behind those pale blues and purples and grays, and you just get so motivated. Part partly because you want results, partly because you love fire, and partly because this brings about it evokes a very powerful feeling as you're casting. It's just a cantrip, but it feels easily like a fifth level, seventh level spell to you. And not that you've cast anything that high, but like to put it in perspective, you know. And you're watching it drain. You're like, nope, and it fills up, and it gets 2 beats and starts to drain, and again, and again, and this heart takes on a very erratic beat each 6 seconds, slowing, and but each time it seems to be picking up a little bit of that red glow, and it seems to be remaining a little bit at its core. And every 6 seconds, after like a minute, you know, there's some sweat starting to, like, it's muggy down here anyway, but there's a lot of energy, sweat down the brow. But you've got a front row seat to this. And you can feel this energy favor too, coursing through or like off of this crystal. You all kind of see. The rest of you have this beautiful view of it, and its reflection in the water below. So it's casting this light and reflecting beneath. After about a minute and a half, you actually see with each beat ripples in the water from below the crystal. Ladrin, you were all out channeling your magic through this cantrip. 2 things happen after about 2 minutes. The first almost leads into the second. Ladrin, this has reached a point of like this incredible magical potency and the draw of that, that you're almost not lost in it, but almost. You feel this like ribbon, you guys. Not noticing. Fiora, can you make a perception check for me with advantage?
Oh, wait.
You said perception.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 19.
Right. Ladrin, I'm looking at your character art, but I don't think that you're sleeveless here, right? You're wearing long sleeves?
No. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With like a gap. Like, it's not
Oh,
the
the shoulder.
best clothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there's like patches here and there.
Okay. You see a glow favor on Ladrin's arms. Looks like little branches of energy kind of glowing, like there's LED strips up her arm. And you see them slowly coming a little bit longer, further up her arm as she's coursing the energy in ever so slightly with that high roll. Ladrin and Fiora, can I have everyone on shore, Dia, Tuna, and Nehru, make a perception check as well, please?
Of course.
I got a 6.
6 for Nehru. Oh.
Seven.
7 for Dia and Tuna.
9.
Oh my! Okay.
Mesmerized.
Nice. Next, Favor with your roll, and Ladrin, you're in the middle of this, but I'm gonna have you do a perception check for me to see if you notice this as you're dumping this energy in. That's for Ladrin.
Wait, who's rolling?
Ladrin, that's you. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. A
No.
perception check? Okay.
Please, yeah, no worries.
Yes. I'm very wrapped up in this story. Okay.
Oh.
It's not 20? 25?
25, okay.
Yeah.
So Feora and Ladrin, in the moments before this next thing happens, you notice that same structure, Feyre, that you saw going up. The lights that you see going up Ladrin's arm, you see before Ladrin does them going into the crystal. And Ladrin, you spot as well little spiny sort of veins of energy from where your hands are putting this on the heart start to swirl out just as the heart begins to beat faster than your spells are accounting for. Everyone, even with your perception checks, this next step is only a 5 DC. You see vines spread forth from where Ladrin is pumping energy on this crystal. They start out as sort of crystalline, twisting vines, but they sprout externally off the crystal and wrap around it, up to the ceiling, shoot down through the water, splashing waves towards the shore. 5 feet thick. They're growing really dense in size, and how close they are to one another. I'll give everyone a minute to see what you all want to do as this springs to life here. The heart beating faster than the cantrips.
Well, I was really hoping I was wrong. So it might be time to vacate. uh
Neighbor's like frantically. She just turns around and just like flipping through the pages to see, because she kind of has a feeling that there may be some connection with the heart energy and what she found.
You turn around, flip, 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 flip. You get to that section. While what might be writing is still very weak and smudgy, that image on the second paper is definitely the form of this heart connected in the cave.
Do I see any of the vines there, or is it just like the heart?
You see, it's still pretty weak, so it's not a clear image, but there's definitely structures that could be vine. They're connecting from the top up and the bottom.
And Dia like verbalizes that like she's concerned, or
Yeah.
okay.
Absolutely, because this is a huge structure. So
I don't think this is a sinister sight. I think this is.
Oh,
I can't quite place it, but this feels natural. I think it's like her. Yeah.
that's all the permission I need to stay and see what happens.
Tuna, you're kind of in between them as they talk back and forth. What's Tuna's
Watching
take?
it
Yeah.
tennis match. Like, yeah, okay.
Right. Feora and Ladrin. I'm gonna give Feora. I'm gonna check in with Feora first, only because Ladrin, you're really like drawn into this. This is definitely gonna kind of pull your, make you very aware of what's going on with the vines coming out. But Feora, as this is happening, is there anything that you want to do or say?
No.
You're just
No.
sort of holding Ladrin on the back of the broom, like,
Trying really hard not to fall off.
Nice.
Does she seem like she's in pain at all, or are we able? I guess we're probably too far to tell.
Probably a little too far, but there's nothing that would, there are some things that would come across even at that distance. Doesn't seem to be the case. And for Legion, you're just, it's been feeling pretty good. This is potency of magic, and as these vines spread from those places where your hands are, you notice the glow inside your sleeves, and as these vines wrap around the heart and within it and shoot up and down. What would you like to do?
Hmm. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I think Okay, I keep going. The dice told me to keep going. It did another nat 20.
Nice.
So it's just I'm lost in this now, I guess.
Okay, yeah. All right. So you continue. The heartbeat outpacing your spell now goes from that erratic like jump start after jump start after jump start to a regular beat. And you take your first point of exhaustion from channeling.
Okay.
The vines continue to grow until they slow, stay in place, upward, down into the water, steaming through the ground below the. You continue from here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You will watch it. So Feora, you're watching like it's just like intense sweat now. Like just you could wipe it away with a cloth and have a damp cloth. Like she's just like there's.
Is
Mhm.
I don't know if this is possible, but I'm asking because I am a sorcerer and I'm willing
Mhm.
to give up a sorcery point or anything like that. But could I, using maybe my dancing light as a transfer, channel my magic into Ladrin to counter like an exhaustion point or give her a spell slot? I'm willing to give up my own spell slot, use up all my sorcery points, whatever that is, but just to sustain Ladrin's
Hmm.
magic.
Let's see. I will say that there's a possibility, however somewhat difficult. Can you make an
Mm-hmm.
Arcana check to try and
Okay.
and channel?
Okay.
I'll add that you would probably know like the closer you are, the easier this is to do. Um,
Okay.
you're about 80 feet away on the shore, in case that impacts
Mm-hmm.
what you want to.
We don't have a way to cross the water. But Ladrin has very much expressed this is something she really wants to do. So be bold or be boring. I'm gonna goodness. No, don't second guess yourself. Low wisdom. I'm gonna get into the water and try to.
Okay. The three on the shore, Tuna, Nehru, and Dia, everyone's watching, and then suddenly, Nehru and Tuna, you realize that Dia isn't in that spot next to you anymore. She's already diving headfirst into the water. Spoosh! Spoosh, and swimming out towards Ladrin. Dia, how close would you like to get? You can get underneath Ladrin, which is only about 10 feet up. Or, I'm sorry, 20 feet up, I think they are.
Yeah, I'll try as close as possible to make it easier.
All right, there's a lot of energy still pushing out in these rings of ripples and waves on the water. You swim past, you swim through, you start getting tired. You're 2/3 of the way across, getting tired. But you make it to an area sort of below. There's actually these large viney roots now, so you can kind of hang on to those and get sort of stationary. And go ahead and make an Arcana check, and I'll let you do it with
Okay.
advantage because of the extra
Okay.
work. And it'll lower the DC a little bit. Being
Okay. That's 16.
I should ask Tuna and Nehru anything you want to do as you see Dia dive in.
I think just keep an eye on her.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to look at Nehru and say, should we do something?
Yeah, get closer. I think. Although the crystal is natural, and I don't think we have anything to fear. It didn't quite say jumping into foreign bodies of water. That's good. So.
Yeah. I'm keeping an eye on Dia, and push come to shove, I'm also ready to jump in.
Okay.
Daniel, I did have a question about just and like my shape changer ability. Is it only when it says that I can change my appearance? That's only for like humanoid type characters. That's not for like creatures, right?
Let me double check. I think that you have to keep that same arrangement of limbs, but let me check.
Okay.
Make sure we get you set. All right,
That seems more like a arrangement of.
oh. Yeah. So, I think there are some plenty of creatures that you could change into, but you have to have seen it before, which we can always roll for, or if it makes sense that you would have seen it, you would have seen it. But yeah, you can't. So you can't have like 8 legs. You have to have the 2 arms, 2 legs.
Bipedal kind of. Yeah. Spider. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Just thinking I could turn into one of those like lizards that we fought, maybe to like fish her out. But that's probably like a druid or something.
Well, I mean, you just saw them. It's a creature. They have 2. I mean, effectively, they could be. I consider it the same arrangement of limbs, right? There's 2 up here, 2 down here.
I don't have a tail.
Right? Yeah. I mean, you could shift into that and have a tail.
Yeah. I'm just thinking in case things go left, but I think for now I'm just watching. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. That's really cool. All right. Yeah, no problem. That's awesome. All right, so you're also kind of readying yourself with that, like, or something, just in case. Dia, you connect. It actually feels a little easier than this. It's probably like a theoretical thing. This isn't something people do very often, but you're able to come out here. You feel like this is the right call, and you're able to. Oh, Dia might. Rose. I can see. She comes. I think she's got a. That's okay. It'll give me a chance to reef.
Dia.
You are. Yeah. Change. Right. Will be. Yeah. All right. I will just change our number of players for a minute here until D's back, and then we'll sort out the name tags. Oh, hey!
Hi.
All right.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, I'm
So
going to.
sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I'm just
It
going to quickly
happens.
fix. Yeah. Our name tags. Oh. You know. A room. Yeah, so Dia, this is oops, no, please don't do that. Here we go. OBS trying to delete your thing out. All right, we got everyone right? Okay, cool. This is typically something that would be theoretical, yeah, right? But there's been cases of this in not studied, but you've heard of this done. You get out there and you find that connecting, using magic, connecting magic, everything feels relatively almost effortless here in the vicinity of this heart. And you reach out, and a white, greenish white mist sort of forms around you. Your arcana forming into a visually perceptible, tangible thing around you, flows up and off your arm and hand, around your body, off to Ladrin. Ladrin, this prevents your 2nd level of exhaustion. And do you feel this kind of burns through this first layer, so you actually get that your 1st level of exhaustion from helping balance that out. And the 2 of you are tethered now in this, but there's again, you're also feeling some of that energy, that incredible magical energy. What a person could do with this if they walked around day to day with this, they'd be unstoppable. As you continue to pour energy this. Ladrin, as this continues, firstly, you are watching the lights creep further up your arms. They, I think they were like mid forearm, if that sounds right, beforehand. Or hand? Were they still the wrist?
No, I think they went up to elbow.
The elbow? Okay.
Yes.
They're starting to approach like the bottom of your flexed tricep, right? So like a third of the way up the bicep.
Okay.
Would you actually, I should say that if in case I didn't, the heartbeat becomes continuous and stable on its own. It outpaces your spell work at this point. Like to continue?
I think once she has pulled her attention away, like briefly, and notices it's now creeping past, she's gonna like freak out and then just stop.
Okay. Can you make a wisdom saving throw as you try and break this intense connection that you've formed?
Well,
Legion, you try, but it's there's something that makes it incredibly difficult, whether that's this coursing energy, the potency of it, or the fact that you feel almost locked in a circuit, like electricity coursing through someone they seize up. You're unable to continue. And let's see, this is a split thing. So Ladrin, at this point, you'll take a second point of exhaustion. But this is gonna kind of be split. The next one, Dia, be connected to. Figura, you see there's visible signs on the broom here of Ladrin trying to disengage and being unable to do so. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Could I try like trying to physically like pull her back? Like, would that do anything? I don't. Magic is a complete mystery to me.
You certainly could. You look around, so you're on the broom, and you might be close enough to try and put a foot on the crystal heart now beating, and maybe try and pull. You could also try and like wrest control of the broom and try and tell that where to go to pull. You let me know what you would like. If you want to grab and try and like push off from the heart, you're certainly welcome to.
I guess I'll try that first, like with a foot on the heart to try and like physically disconnect her from it.
Okay, could make an athletics check, please.
I was scared you were gonna say that. It's a 15.
15. Okay. Legion, can you do, I guess, I'm going to make it sort of like a contested grapple check. So can you do an athletics or an acrobatics check? I just want to get a feel for like how locked into this you are.
How locked in? Okay. Like how easy she can let go. We'll have an. I'll do athletics. That's terrible. Ooh. Okay. The one time I roll well. 16.
Okay. Here, you get your foot on a wrestle, and the broom kind of pushes a little and snaps back into place, and you try and grapple, later in a different way. And you can feel like this circuit that's completed as Ladrin is channeling this. I'm going to say that Tuna and Nero on the shore, while no one seems to be in pain, you can tell, you see Feora grab Ladrin and try and pull her away from this, and it's not working. in case either of you want to do anything at that point.
How far up are they?
So they're 80 feet away, and then
Oh,
the bottom of the crystal's 15 feet up. But there are vines now that connect the base. Climbable, perhaps.
I'm gonna say shit and just throw my shield onto the shore and jump into the water and
Okay.
start swimming as well.
Right. You dive out, begin swimming, Tuna. And Nehru, anything for you?
Nehru's just kind of stunned, to be honest with you. She's never seen anything like this before, and yeah, I think she does want to offer help. So I don't know if I mean I'm pretty have pretty high dexterity, so I could probably try to climb up if there's anything. But I think they flew up, right?
I mean, you could climb up the existing vines now, probably get close to them if you wanted. If you were to swim out there and climb.
The vines that are on the crystal?
Yeah, it's the crystalline vines that grew out of the bottom down into the water and up the top into the ceiling. The ones that went down into the water are kind of climbable at this point.
Do I want to touch this thing too? I don't know.
That's a valid point.
Let's see. I think sorry, I'm
no problem. That's Nehru, right? Like, oh, what's out? Yeah.
I am proficient in Arcana. Does that give me any ability to? I don't know. I think her instinct would be to try to climb the vine, get up.
Okay. So you just saw Tuna dive into the water to swim out. Do you want to do like a regular swim over there, or did you have other plans for getting out there?
Yeah, I mean, I have high enough dexterity to where I feel comfortable diving in.
Okay. Yeah. So just behind you, Tuna, Nehru dives in. The two of you swim out there, make it to the base of the roots. Ladrin, this energy, you feel the depletion in your not in your vitality, right? But with every moment you're doing this, that the intensity of magic that you're pumping out and that is being channeled through you, Dia, you feel this as well, is increasing in an exponential manner. This is what it feels like to cast a 9th level spell, probably. Have that at your fingertips. That's coursing through you. Nehru and Tuna, as you reach the base there, can you please... I'm sorry. Let me back up because Dia jumped in first. So Dia, you've reached the... Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's right. Wow. I had a total lost 10 minutes of time there. Right. You're channeling that. Nehru and Tuna. Can you please make... It's actually an athletics check to climb. So... however, Nehru, if you want to be acrobatic about it instead, you can use your acrobatics, which I think is more dex-based, to try and like climb and flip about and get to climb up.
I think she's pretty nimble, right? She's a performer. Okay.
It's the same for you, too. You can do either acrobatics or athletics to climb up.
Doesn't really matter.
Ooh, okay.
I got a 19.
19 for Nehru and Tuna.
5.
Oh, okay. You get there first, but it's they're slick, and they do. I mean, it feels sort of crystalline, but there's a little bit of give to it now, which is just a little off-putting as you're trying to climb Tuna. Nehru, you're like eyes on the prize. Like you're not going to think about that. You're just going to climb, and you very nimbly climb up, and you are now like hanging off. The heart's here. There's a vine on the side you're hanging off. Fayor is maybe 2-3 feet in front of you on the back of the broom, with Ladrin just behind her on the front of the broom. So you and Fayor are kind of face to face there, like ready to figure out like what you want to do.
I have kind of like a question for you as the
Mhm.
DM. Would theoretically would knocking her out stop that connection?
You can try that.
Do
Well,
it.
scared to.
I mean, if I was in your position, I wouldn't hesitate.
Okay.
I mean,
to know.
you would know, I think, by us hanging out, like, do what needs to be done. Because that's kind of how we met.
Okay.
There's your inspiration.
Thank you.
So Neighbor just gets up here and Farrah just like puts her in a chokehold or something, or what?
Well, I was gonna go for like pressure point kind of.
Oh, right.
Target a pressure point.
Yeah.
I guess just
Make an well, it would be an unarmed attack, Farrah. So that would be a D20. Right, you have a little training in this, so I'm gonna say you can use your proficiency modifier, and it would be I believe it's a strength. So whatever your strength modifier is on top of that, D20, proficiency modifier, and strength modifier.
And proficiencies up here.
Bonus?
Next.
Yeah, that's a proficiency bonus. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
18.
Adrian, does an 18 hit?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, all right. This would be an unarmed strike. I know what you're trying to do, and you have some training in this. Not enough to use a full-on skill, but I will double the unarmed strike damage because of the training that you have. So if you can roll, I'll let you roll a d4 for damage and add your strength modifier.
I'm at max. You're good.
So it was a 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then my modifier is -1.
Yeah, you go to strike, and it's like this coursing magical energy is just like there's almost a protection from it. You jam a finger, you're like, boom, you try and strike, with one of your pressure point things. Unfortunately, does not take home. That's his neighbor. You get up just as you're seeing figure like finish trying to pull later on, like nope, and then like okay, boom, and strike a quick punch. It doesn't seem to have any effect on Ladrin, but you're here now.
Can Tuna try something?
Yeah.
Okay, I know I'm at the bottom of this. Can I cast thaumaturgy? And make my voice not very, very loud because I don't want to cause like cave in. But I don't know how magic's gonna amplify, so just loud enough that it would probably scare the shit out of somebody if they weren't expecting it. And I want to just say, Ladrin, stop now.
Hey, do this boom. The echo in here helps resonate that too. Boom, Ladrin, stop. And I'm gonna take a quick check to see what Nehru has, and then I'm going to apply the results of that, Tina. No, you're fine. I just to keep the timing and stuff. Yeah, no, that's awesome. For Nehru, anything as you're up here, you're hearing, Tuna shout that. You see Feyre do her stuff.
Oh God, I don't know. Nereid really doesn't want to touch this crystal anymore. But I don't know. Just seeing Ladrin kind of bound to this is really alarming to her.
Mhm. You're pretty
But-
close if you need to get within like reaching distance of Latrin. That's an option.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just because I have the only thing that I have that's like fiery. It's like very fiery. So I was thinking maybe casting that and like distracting from it, but I really don't want to come into contact with the crystal. So I think she just tries to like shake Ladrian.
Okay.
Very unarmed strike, I guess.
Nice. Yeah, give a shake, give a rattle. Yeah. Go ahead and do a d20 at your strength modifier.
Which
If
is a
you're-
-1, so it's probably a natural 20 here. Oh, 11 with my penalty.
Okay. Ladrian does an 11.
No, it doesn't a thing.
You're shaking. However, between Figueroa's attempt, I mean, it didn't hurt, but it's still like a sudden jab at the back of the, like, you know, in one of those meridian points. And it's still enough to jar Ladrin, followed up with Tuna's thaumaturgy. Dia, you take a second point of exhaustion as all this takes place, but you're sparing Ladrin from being at 4. It was very bad. And Nehru with the jostling as well. Give Ladrin a fresh opportunity to make a wisdom saving throw. This time with advantage, thanks to everyone sort of coming together in this moment to try and rally you out of it.
Don't die on us.
Only the second episode. Okay, come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. I'm gonna die. So I rolled a 1.
Oh.
And then 13.
Okay, and that's with advantage?
Yes.
Oh, that's okay. Because, no,
Nice.
13? 13 was your end result?
Yes. That's
Okay.
Yes, with
That's the lower DC, thanks to everybody helping.
fucking
So
crap.
with that,
Let's go.
oh my gosh, it's like, oh no. All right, that's amazing. You are able to like kind of become cognizant again, in a much greater capacity, and you kind of phase in more, and you see, you know, Nehru's here shaking you, and Feyre is like doing a couple more darts to the back of your neck, and you hear, you know, Tuna's shout still resounding through the cave space. You can sense and feel Dia below like tethering you, and you are able to in that moment give a quick pull and sort of a release from this energy, and you and Dia both feel that separation. It was as though you two were one of these vines coursing the life through this thing, channeling it to where we're going, broken free. Legion, just make a quick dexterity saving throw to stay on the broom. Dia, down below, you're you're free. See what happens with Ladrin.
Yeah, my dice are trying to kill me. What you said, Dex?
Dex saving throw.
6.
Okay, yeah. You fall back off the broom. Nehru, you're welcome to either like clutch to the vine and stay on that, or go down with Ladrin as you're sort of shaking her. Which would you prefer?
I'm sorry, what?
Ladrin's on the broom and you were like shaking her. Well, she gets sort of blasted back as she releases, as she succeeds and falls off the broom. So because you were holding her, you can get kind of pulled down with her, or you can be like, you can grab onto the vine that you're sort of hanging off
Yeah,
of.
definitely will like try to hold us both up if I'm able to like catch her.
Yeah, absolutely. So she begins to fall, and you do a quick grasp and reach, just one quick athletics check if you would, to see if you can. Oh, Figure, I'm sorry. Neighbor, did you have something you wanted to add to that?
I'm sorry.
Okay, I didn't know if you had anything to add. Figura was going to add something, and I wanted to
No.
respect that first. Okay, Figura.
I just wanted to know if I'd be able to help with that too, since I'm also.
Yeah, you're right there. Make an athletics check as well. You're both plenty quick. So there's. That looked like a roll. Neighbor, when you're ready, neighbor, let me know what you got for athletic.
Got a 9. Oh, we said
Okay.
athletics. Oh no, it's a 5.
Oh, okay. All right, 5. Figura, this average has to be 10. What'd you get, Figura?
Oh no.
2 minus 1.
The two of you, it's great because you're both able to catch an arm at the wrist, right? And everything feels like yes until like the motion of Ladrin dropping pulls the two of you down with Ladrin. The two of you, all three of you splash down into the water. Next to you, Tuna and Dia, who's in the water. Ladrin and Dia, the two of you, I mean, aside from having 2 points of exhaustion each and feeling pretty tired, you still feel pretty energized. Pretty like, yeah, like a buzz with that energy. She watched the things broom up in the air, just hovering. What would you all like to do? The three of them, they come up to the surface.
Okay. I was gonna say, did they come up?
The end, yeah.
Okay to read? Right. Is everyone all right?
Define all right.
Okay, damn.
Not dead, I think would be where my bar is set at right now. Bleeding internally, concussions.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let's head back to shore.
My broom's still floating,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she'll use her command word and like have it come back to her.
Okay, it comes
Not
down to
bringing
the
that hard.
surface. Nice. All right, Tuna, you're able to kind of dive back in, and everyone's able to swim back to the shore. As you return to the shore, one thing you notice is a little bit of vegetation at the water's edge now, where there was none moments ago before you all came in here.
The green?
A little bit of green. It's like some moss, a few little like cave clovers in here. But you all make it to shore.
Is it edible?
You can find out if you like.
Wait, so you saw what it did to Ladrin and you want to eat it?
Yep.
You're hungry.
It's
That's valid.
it's new vegetation.
The heart
Life's
still beating.
stealing.
Yeah.
Pretty equals edible.
Edible, right?
Oh god.
Most of the time, no. The opposite.
I never thought I would be the voice of reason, but I think we just need to go
Okay.
at this point. And I'm like picking
Agreed.
my shield back up.
So, to
Hmm.
clarify a question, I still feel energized, or do I feel that?
Tons of energy. So you and Ladrin, so you're exhausted, but there's like a magical energy that just has you. So you're sort of like on a high, for lack of a better
Okay.
term.
Yeah.
You're actually pretty wiped on a high though.
Ugh,
So we still have the 2 levels of
Mm.
exhaustion.
Yes.
okay.
Okay,
But it
that's-
just
okay.
feels tingly.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So, that was incredible. I'm very glad that that happened. Follow up, making my way toward the exit. That I could see having the potential to do many things, but in the course of our current employer, do we feel that we should be telling her? And I think as I'm talking, there's just like sparks of lightning just very ambiently curling through my fingers. Like, should we be telling her that we have something like this?
No.
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 All right. I was just wanting clarification. So,
Well, why
you would
not?
like
If
to
she
say.
asks very specifically, are there a bunch of crystal vines growing out of the heart? Sure, absolutely. If if she does it, what she doesn't know doesn't hurt her.
Mm-hmm.
I just
What
wanted
if
clarification. Yes, go ahead.
wasn't her concern that this power would get into the wrong hands?
It's very true. Um, but we we have decided to trust her, but I do not know if it's. I mean, what if she is the wrong hands? It's just a passing thought. But we have decided to trust her, which is why I brought it up to ask because I wasn't sure. Am I talking too fast? My tongue feels numb. Um, I just wanted to make sure that this is what we wanted to do because I know we had all decided that we were going to trust her, but this discovery is of gigantic proportions.
Hmm.
What if the vines are now protecting that energy? Just the thought. Because now, if anyone touches it, they'll die. I don't know.
Oh, sorry, I just read what our DM sent us. Ah, well.
Oh.
Yes. As the voice of the ether comes
reason.
along.
God
I-
speaks to us.
What? I thought they all left.
You did take
I-
2 points of exhaustion.
It's
so
very
just,
true.
Yeah,
While I
yeah.
feel wired, I'm
Yeah.
delirious.
It's the strangest feeling.
Amazing.
If we want to take the chance on trusting her, I would rather perhaps someone that we are working with have the location of this rather than the town's guard and constabulary because, well,
Mm.
Fuck them.
And then
Spare-
Nehru pulls out her tome.
Hmm.
She flips through the pages and she just kind of meekly she really just shows it to Ladrin, like the photo. It's
Hmm.
like she hasn't looked to see if it's changed at all, but she wants Ladrin to be the first to see. Like,
You're
did you
showing
hear
me?
it? Yeah, I'm showing you the image, and maybe we'll know what it looks like more now. But
Yeah, it's a very faded image of what's very likely this heart. It's faded enough where it's not a certain thing, but it's 95%, right? It looks like this with all the vines in the bottom and with all the vines coming out of the top. Latrin, I'll say that if you're looking at this and sort of looking at the heart, you will notice that aside from the heart being red and vibrant and beating on its own now, the vines are becoming red as energy courses up and down that you've and Dia have channeled into this. And most specifically, thanks to all of your efforts, the crystal is healing slowly on the bottom portion that was mined away. Just so you know, mechanically, what all your efforts accomplished.
Oh, the baby. Worth it.
But you are looking at that in the book, and it does, look very much like this scene.
How? How?
is she asking how?
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry. Yeah, I'm asking Nehru. Like, how? What the? How? What? How? Did you already have this? How?
These pages were missing from my collection until we crossed the water. I don't know its origin, but I know that there's more to this than we're aware of, and given Eveline's collection and her leading us here, I feel like there's more that we can find out if we put some trust into her. Um,
So, did you already know that this was going to happen?
no, I just felt something calling me as we were near the water's edge, and I saw some cloths rippling through the water, and just something was calling to me. Did you hear anything when you were connected?
Did I, Dan? Hear anything while I was connected?
No, just a lot of that coursing magical energy. Felt a fair bit connected to this initial network from the heart and the vines and such. Um, for anyone that has a passive perception of 13 or higher, you'll see also the little glowing vines, well, they look like vines, but it's just a glowing light up Ladrin's arm, just past her elbows. Still glowing, Ladrin.
Is it glowing in sync with the heartbeat?
It seems to be a steady glow.
No, I didn't hear anything. More like I was one with it for a minute. And then like I couldn't get away from it because they wanted me to continuously be one with it, which I would anyways. No. To answer your question. No.
I just think there's a reason that we came here beyond finding these answers for Evelyn, and I would like to tell her what we saw. So I hope that you'll trust me.
Sure. Yeah.
I won't speak of your markings because it seems like she's kind of.
My what? Oh, I thought you were saying that out loud.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she's not drawing attention to that because she's like doing this. Nothing to see.
Yeah.
I'll say you all kind of see, just so that you've all seen that the heart healing in the background is becoming apparent now. You see the red is stretched through the vines up into the ceiling, and even the ceiling itself, past the edges of the vines that go into the stone, now has it was just kind of slate gray before, whereas now it's getting to be more of a blush blue. The water continues to ripple out below the heart with each beat. Thoughts? Are you all heading back up to mine? Sort of leaving this as it is for now. Time to GTFO.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
good.
wanted to say, if I had known that the damn thing was going to heal itself, I would have taken more of it.
Nice.
That tracks.
There are two pouches that are like bulging with crystal currently as well. For what it's worth, that crystal still looks as it did beforehand. So you're not don't have like pieces of diamond hearts or anything in your house. Okay, so with one last glance over the cave system, you also again notice a little more of that vegetation growing in other areas on the stone. As you leave and put this behind you, the glow in here from the luminous crystals now casts a healthy, bright light over the entire space. And you make your way back. It's a long haul, a little cautious around that area where those lizards were, but you seem to put that nest of lizards to bed. You find the red flags, and follow those back up a few elevators. Finally leaving the mine. It's getting colder, colder, colder as you go up until you're at that frosty, bitter cold entrance. A fresh layer of snow during the day. It's not snowing currently. The skies are actually pretty clear. It's it's evening time, almost sunset. You're at the mining camp, so it's probably almost around 6. In fact, you see a ferry, the last ferry of the day. You see a lot of people on it from like a couple hundred feet across this quarry area. You don't have to check out anywhere or anything, though you're welcome to if you wish, or if you want to buy any tools. But you get the sense that you probably need to hurry across this quarry and get whatever distance you have done to get on that ferry before it leaves. What would you all like to do?
If I could, do we have enough time to maybe buy one set of climbing gear? So just and a pickaxe, just to have for next time if we come back.
Absolutely. Let me quickly get you that price, because in here for me today. Where's our friend that was selling stuff? Here we go. Pickaxe, only 2 gold pieces.
Okay.
You all have rope, I think, already, and then the money was actually for a healing potion, I think, and or gear. But 2 gold pieces. Just take it out of your inventory if you want that for pickaxe, and put the pickaxe in your inventory. That's Bryson. It's not too. He's not a jerk, so he's not like, I told you, he's just like does business. He's being chatty, and you like have to get on this ferry, so you dismiss yourself. Okay, Bryson, thanks. Yep. Anything else for you all here in the quarry area, or anything else you want to shop for?
I want a pickaxe.
You want a pickaxe as well? Okay. Just same thing. Take 2 gold pieces out of your inventory. You click on like your equipment or your inventory tab, and then it shows your money. You click on the money, and then a thing shows up on the right where you can add or subtract by gold. And it's just 2 gold pieces. And the same thing under equipment. When you click on the inventory, I think there's like an add items button or something, and you can add a pickaxe. Okay, nice. Okay, guys, y'all got quite a bit done here. So you all make it. The last few to board, they are closing the gates as you all approach, but they open them back up and like, all right, let's get on board. And you are now on the riverboat, heading back down the river this time, back down. No, you can all take a breath. I'm going to say Dia and Ladrin at this point. That high is wearing off and becoming a low. Energies, those 2 points of exhaustion hitting pretty hard, and on top of that, like, it's just like, but you're all so the riverboat has many levels. There's an upper deck, and there's like a covered portion of the upper deck in the center. I'll say that's where spots are currently, in that covered portion of the upper deck. You find a few benches, so you're all able to kind of sit across from one another, 3 on this side, 3 on this side, and some benches. Is there anything you want to discuss or do on your riverboat back to town?
I do briefly. Dia, would you be near her?
For sake of story, yes.
Okay. She will like kind of look over. She's so tired. Thank you for that thing. I am so tired.
Of course. I was happy to.
She has a hard time thinking, but she's just trying to say more thank yous, and it's just not like.
I think we were both just.
Mm. You want some tea?
Oh yes, is it one of those hot toddies?
I think I have a flask of that somewhere.
Yes.
I'll bust that out.
Okay. You get that set up. Legion, your arms are no longer glowing. That's dissipated as well. So y'all notice, of course, Legion and Dia extra faucet. It's pretty opaque. Riverboat continues. You're about halfway down the river. Anything else for anyone? Ride?
Can Nehru play like a song of rest?
Oh,
like
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a feature, not a book. But do you need the flavor text for it or?
Only if you're okay with it. I love flavor. I like whatever you want that to sound like. Tell me what instrument and what you want it to sound like. If you
And she's
don't want to.
using her lyre, and it's kind of sounding because I have Zelda brain rot, like the fairy fountain thing, but just like this very like slower reprise, and she sings like a song of like healing the heart through like a connection with nature.
Oh.
Trying to bring some comfort to Ledrin, who is just like following, this call, and like praising Dia for her bravery and Tuna for their like just diving in for their friend and Feora for sticking by. It's just recounting all the events and trying to uplift everyone while I take this sleepy boat ride home.
Oh, well, this boat ride isn't that wonderful? So anyone that wants to roll their hit die, which you can do in a short rest, just an hour, and this boat ride takes about that. You're welcome to. I think that the Song of Rest lets you roll. What does that do? Does that give you extra hit die?
1d6 on top of whatever, but just for yeah.
So on the mechanical side, if you want to roll that, go for it. And you can add up to an additional d6 on that for healing. But the song is beautiful. You've probably through all the parties here and stuff, you're familiar with harp as an instrument, but hearing this up close and personal, Nehru play is a different experience altogether. It transcends what a harp should be able to sound like, and the incredible balance of that and her singing. Really, it's so poetic and beautiful. It really does elicit the emotions of everything you all just went through, and help in your rest. Just have that sense of accomplishment and camaraderie and peace. All right. Okay. I'm just checking my time here. um, so, as the boat ride is maybe 10 minutes from shore, there's a cacophony of footsteps, shouts, and panicked discussion forming outside in the open portion of the upper deck that catches your attention. There's clearly some sort of commotion going on out here. You check it out, or
I'm very curious, even if bickering people always wake me up.
So you all kind of, seeing Dia get up and such, you all leave this closed portion of the upper deck and head outside, and you see a bunch of people. There's many passengers that have gathered against the rail of the upper deck here. They're all noisily assessing something. They're pointing over the edge of the boat out towards the distance. You're welcome to look. You're welcome to ask.
Yeah. What's going on? Just trying to get someone's attention.
So I'm trying to get over there. Look, I'm sorry. This is the Irish part of. Oh, look out over there. It's the howling. It has to be. Look at how fierce the storm that is. And they'll point. And you all kind of find a spot to look, and you look off into the distance. And though just gracing the horizon, there's a storm in the distance that seems larger than life. The bolts of lightning uh, coming from the storm rage against the terra below it, and the booms of thunder can be heard and now even felt here where you are. The clouds themselves seem to climb into the heavens, but it's at this next moment that the most unnerving thing happens. The storm abruptly lowers itself to the ground, and now a towering column of deep black and gray storm enveloping the land. And there it sits for about 5 minutes or so before rising off the ground again and dissipating entirely, leaving nothing behind but the orange and purple hues of the evening sunset on the horizon. Roll. Some of you may have seen the howling before, some of you may not, but you've definitely all experienced it now from a distance, thankfully. The ship docks, and from down below, you see Endlin. Right, you made it! Good! Your coach is ready! Come down when you're ready! Now that's where we'll end tonight's session.
No one died. Let's go.
That's amazing.
That was so stressful.
It got pretty scary there for a minute. Yeah.
Like, wisdom, like, I am cleansing all of my dice. All of them.
Oh, no. Oh.
Like, I rolled 2 nat 20s in a row. And then it was like, you're done.
You're done. Yeah, this is where we're at now.
Yep.
Amazing. All right. Well. Let's see. Taking a look and see. Oh, there we go.
That was so exciting.
That was really fun. It was so fun to. I love everyone's actions and reactions. They're like never what I'm expecting.
Nerve lock.
So many questions that I will be DMing you at some point, by the way.
Yes. You all are so great. Okay, I'm so sorry. Let me get our stuff up here. So for anyone that's new, you have been watching Sundered Faete. It's our new Tuesday night campaign. Runs 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern, which I remembered this week. I'll bring up our schedule here. We've got a fair bit of D&D content across the week and some other stuff. Paint by Minis. We have Christy is master of mini painter. She's so good, and she shows stuff, how to paint and shares a bunch of insights. We have a lot of D&D across the week in the 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. time slots. But hope you'll join us next Tuesday, 9 to midnight, and find out what's next for our amazing players and characters here. If you had fun, consider giving us a follow. You can be alerted to when we go live with some of our other stuff. And again, at the very, very least, catch you again next week. Oops, can't see what I'm typing, and that's dangerous.
Just press enter, it's fine.
No big deal. No big deal.
Oh,
No
no.
hesitation.
Amazing. Thank you so much, players. You were so incredible. I had such a wonderful time tonight. Thank you. Yay, round of applause for players. And thank you, viewers, for hanging out with us. You've made chat so much fun. We'll catch you all again next week. Take care. Bye.
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 Bye.